Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to film for you guys today because I have a really important topic to talk about. And with that, let's get started. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why exactly self-esteem and confidence are important things in a child's life and how it eventually helps them succeed later on. I know I talk about that in every video, how children succeed, but that's kind of why I make these videos. It's, how we can promote positive relationships with our children and how we can help them eventually kickstart these necessities that they're going to need later on. But one of them is definitely self-esteem and confidence. And I think it's really easy to tell when a kid does or does not have confidence. Kids with self-esteem tend to look at their successes rather than their failures. They're willing to try new things. They look at themselves and they feel proud of who they are. They get along well with others. And kids with low self-esteem are usually very critical on themselves, and they tend to look at their failures rather than their successes. They also tend to not get along with children as much as kids with high self-esteem do and confidence do. They doubt when they can do things well, even though they can. They look at themselves and they're like, oh, I'm not as good as others. They look at themselves and they think, wow, that kid is better than me, or wow, that kid knows more than me, or something like that. But I think why self-esteem is so important is because kids with self-esteem are more likely to try new things. They're more likely to get along with friends. They're more likely to be open to, trying harder. They're more likely to try again at something that they failed the first time, which is a super important ability to have, especially when they get older. Like, they're not going to be able to do things the first time always, and they have to have that confidence that they can try again and be better. Even if they fail over and over and over again, they need to have that motivation to say, look, I know I can do this, I just have to put in the work. Kids with low self-esteem feel very unsure and unsafe within themselves, and they are very critical of themselves, and they don't want to try new things, and they don't want to try again at things they've already tried. They only look at their failures, and if they failed once, they're not likely to try and do it again. They may give up easy, and they may not try at all, and that's something we have to look out for. Or what you guys can do as parents is help them develop it at a very early age. Even at babyhood, you can develop these things they look for acceptance in you. They look for your appraisal. When they're young, when they do something and you smile and you laugh, they look for that, and you can grow self-esteem. As they grow, it grows. They go hand in hand. The more likely you are to praise their successes, even if they end up failing, at least they tried. If you praise them for that, then they're just going to it's going to drive them to keep trying and doing better. As babies become toddlers, they become very responsive and open to the world. And so that's the age when they're likely to try new things, maybe even doing some things on their own. And that's where they look for you to praise them and say, good job. They look to you and they want your approval. They want your praise. They want your love, your acceptance. They want to know that you feel good about what they're doing. So self-esteem grows when parents pay more attention to these tries. As toddlers grow older and they're into that 5 to 10 range, kids are still growing with their self-esteem. Whether that be making progress towards a goal, trying new things, and liking new things and being good at things, making friends and getting along with the friends, when they're included by others, when they're doing things that they enjoy, when they get a prize for a good grade, or they get approval from their teacher, or whatever. But basically, the moral of the story is when kids have self-esteem, they feel like they can be who they are. They feel accepted, they feel loved, and they feel good to be them. And that's ultimately what you want. You want them to feel good in their skin. You want them to feel confident. You want them to feel like they can do anything. Just some little tips that we can do as parents to help grow this self-esteem is by encouraging them to try new things. And I feel like I say that a lot in every video, but it helps them grow. Like, they have to try new things in order to see not only if they like those new things, but just having that ability to go out and try something new, even though they're scared of it and they don't know if they'll like it, that you're going to need that ability in every area of life, every aspect of life. So whether that be trying an instrument, playing a sport, drawing something, playing a new game, introducing themselves to a new group of people, anything new and different from what they're used to is going to help them feel a little bit more confident in their ability. Especially toddlers, when they're very young, what you would want to do is show them how to do something first so that they can try, because they get to that age where they're like, I want to do everything on my own. So show them what to do so that they don't get entirely too frustrated, because I know what that looks like. When they can't do something and they get mad that they can't do something, show them how to do it. And if they can't do it the first time, say, you tried your best. But now we want to praise them, but we don't want to overpraise them. And let me give an example of what I mean by that. Like, say your child just played in a sports game and they lost, and maybe it was heavily dependent on them, and maybe it wasn't, but you know that they didn't play their best game, and they know that they didn't play their best game. So what you want to say to them is, hey, look, I know that wasn't your best game, but we all have our off days, and you'll do better next time. And just leave it at that. I think they would be more appreciative of you being open and honest with them, rather than just saying something fake and them knowing that you're just being fake and hollow. So, but we want to praise their efforts. We want to tell them that it was more beneficial of them trying something new and failing rather than them not trying at all. We want to say, that was such a good effort, that was such a good try, you did so good, things like that. Because that's just going to keep driving them to keep trying and trying and trying. And that's ultimately what we want to do. And with that, we want to focus on their strengths again rather than their weaknesses. Because once they get to the age where they're more responsive and they're interacting with their peers at school more, they're going to be coming home a lot and saying, you know, this kid has that, this kid can do that, this kid can do that. And it's going to happen very frequently when they are, you know, looking around and seeing what they don't have and seeing what they're not good at because other kids are good at, or other kids do have that. But we want to show them, okay, well, they might be good at that, but are they good at what you do? Can they, you know, draw like you do? Can they play that instrument like you do? Do they do this sport? And same thing with when they come home and say, like, she has that, she has that. Okay, well, did Jessica's mom just buy her a new whatever? So we have to show them that we have to be grateful for what we have and grateful for our strengths, not our weaknesses. And last but not least, probably the most important thing of them all is to be a good role model for them. Because again, they're going to look to you first, always. At any age, they're always going to look to you. If we are confident within ourselves, if we have great self-esteem, they're going to want to embody that as well. If we push ourselves beyond our strengths, and if we keep going even when we fail, they're going to see that and they're going to want to do the same thing. So we have to always remember that they're always going to be looking to us. We can't give them some advice if we don't use it ourselves. That's probably the most important thing I can tell you, is to be the person that you want them to be. You have to have that self-esteem within yourselves if you want your child to have that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And don't forget to like, comment,